Hi guys, Brand here and welcome to another commentary video. Today is a requested video. Today we're talking about how to avoid tilt or rage or whatever the heck you want to call it in Dead by Daylight. And I would thought this was interesting that you know, this was requested of me because I get tilted, I would say, a couple times a week playing this game. I'm somebody who does get tilted playing Dead by Daylight, so it's kind of interesting that I was asked to make an anti-tilt video. But then again, the more I thought about it, the more that actually tracks, and that actually makes sense, because I feel like a lot of people that make don't get tilted at Dead by Daylight or any game, people will make those how to not rage or how to not tilt videos. Really, realistically, if you look at the creators, they don't actually get tilted at the game basically at all. You know, every once in a while sometimes they will, but they don't understand what it's like to be somebody who is more predisposed to getting tilted. But they'll make the videos that I don't think the word's condescending, but they'll make these videos where they're just like, well, forehead, if you just do ABC, you'll never get upset at Dead by Daylight. Meanwhile, they don't really have those feelings themselves, you know, they get them very rarely. So to them, it's super easy. It's super easy for them to be like, well, it's just, you should just do this, because they don't really have that experience, that feeling of having it more than the average person. So I feel like they're not experts, you know, they do not know, they don't have the experience to really talk about it accurately. So the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense. And I do have a very, very pinpoint answer. I've made a video about it before, but not in the context of tilt and rage. So I want to talk about the biggest thing that makes me feel happy and makes me feel good playing Dead by Daylight, and how it if I'm having a bad day playing DBD, this is what is the main thing that helps me get my head off of what's tilting me or making me upset. So I think the biggest thing that keeps me from raging or keeping me from being tilted in Dead by Daylight is having long-term goals. Having long-term goals is the biggest thing you can do to avoid being upset in Dead by Daylight. Because I have found that the thing that is the most upsetting about Dead by Daylight is if your only objective is to win, if your only objective is to get the W, this game's way too inconsistent to win consistently. It's just not, right? We've seen a lot of that in the community of people literally you know, going and lowering their MMR, lowering their MMR on purpose, off stream, to have better results and better games because winning was so important to them. Winning can't be your only objective. It really can't in this game, because in this game there's so much RNG involved with the win process that you really can't rely on that as a state of happiness. You really can't. And that's weird, right? Because in most other games, like fighting games, you know, a win state is completely attributed to you. A loss state is completely attributed to you. But in this game, something as simple as a map, tile spawn, indoor map versus outdoor map, perks, items, add-ons, all these things all these random variables that you can't control can just entirely upend a match for you. It really can. And I think that's the hardest part to accept about Dead by Daylight, and I haven't accepted that yet. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't accepted that yet. Is that sometimes you just lose, and it's just not your fault. And you could have played perfectly. Doesn't matter what side. You play perfectly and you lose. It sucks. It doesn't feel good. But that's why you need to not invest your happiness in the win in this game. And I know that's weird because in other games you can, but in this one you can't. You can't invest your happiness in your success in this game. So having alternative long-term goals is the biggest thing that has made me feel happier and keep coming back to this game. Is for example, let's do a pinpoint example. So last week I was having kind of a bad day on the game. I was just kind of getting a lot of gen rushy survivors. I don't know what it is about the blood hunt and people bringing prove thyself and stacking on gens. I guess it's because prove thyself gives more blood points, and so they think they can get more blood points by rushing gens, but in reality they can only get so much of one objective emblem before the points cap out, and then they're actually cutting themselves out of points. But I don't know, you can't convince everybody of that. So as TLDR, I was getting a lot of gen rushy teams during the blood hunt rush, because people thought that they could just prove thyself and get more points, even though it literally doesn't work that way. So there were a lot of boring matches, and it was pretty tilting because I wasn't getting to chase with people. I wasn't getting to, like, you know, I wasn't getting to, like, do the fun part of the game. So I was just, like, really frustrated. Like, but I decided, I'm like, okay, who's the character that, like, I don't really understand a lot? Who's the character that, like, I don't get? A character that, like, for some reason, I never want to play them because their power feels awkward to me and I don't really get how to get maximum value out of it. And I said, oh, you know, I don't really play Spirit ever because, like, despite Spirit being top 3, I really don't get how her power works. Like, is it literally just you listen to them while you're phasing? Or, like how do you phase if they're not injured and they're just, like, you know, they have the normal breathing? It's like that sort of stuff. Like, I just didn't get it, and I never wanted to get it, so I just, like, never played the character unless I had a daily for her. And then when I played those dailies, I had, like, a bad time for the most of the time, and that's because I never played her, and I never put the time into actually, like, you know, figuring out her power. So I said, hey, you know, like, if I'm having a bad day anyway, I might as well just, like, learn this character. And this is something that I've commented on before in my Work It Out video, where I did the exact same thing with Doctor. I was like, I'm having a bad day on stream. I'm having a bad day playing this game. So what can I do to, like, better myself or give myself a new skill, some sort of long-term goal that I can attribute to that, you know, at least even if I'm losing, I'm actually, like, gaining something good. I am gaining something. I am having a win in my own heart. And that was learning a new character. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll actually try to figure out how this whole phasing thing works. And I was having a good time. And I had a lot of, like, nice survivors coming to stream and say GGs and stuff. And I made some new friends through that. And it was just a good time. Like, I was getting better at the character. I was figuring out that it's kind of weirdly twins-like, how you, like, hit them first and then you use your power to go zoom them down. It was interesting. It was interesting to see the parallels and stuff. And it's just stuff I would have never have known if I hadn't actually, like, played the character. But I would have even tried her if I was, like, only focused on winning, because, like, of course I'm not going to play a character I don't know very well if winning's the only thing that matters, you know. But it doesn't even have to be, like, switch to a different character. It could be like, man, I just want to improve my chases. I want to improve using this one character without slowdown and seeing how well I can enact pressure without slowdown. Like, you can have long-term goals that aren't, like, just getting the W, and that is, like, the biggest thing you can do, I think, to avoid, like tilt and feelings of, like, rage and hatred towards yourself for your performance. Is just try to, like, even if it's not your primary goal, just have something else long term that is, like, something that you want to focus on. If you have something that's long term you can focus on, it doesn't even have to be your main focus. You can do it alongside wanting to win. I'm not saying, like, don't desire to win anymore. But, like, if you have an alternative goal, like I said, like improving chases, or, you know, having, like, better map knowledge, like, those things can matter a lot, and those things can help contribute to wins down the line. And then even if you lose, you're like, well, at least I had better chases. Even if they were gen rushing in the background, I was downing people, like, super quickly, you know, like you can take something positive out of the match that wasn't a W. You need to find that. I think that's, like, the TLDR. I know it came late in the VOD, but you need to find something positive to take out of the match where that you are happy about that you progressed. That is not the win. Not the win. That is what you need to do. You need to find something to take out of the match that is a form of progress or happiness that is not the win, because that's not consistent in this game. So yeah. Hopefully that helps you. Hopefully that that's some advice that, like, really resonates with you. Hopefully it does. I get, like I said at the beginning of the video, I get really tired of people that don't really get tilted or don't really rage ever always being like, well, simple, you just do these 3 things and you just will never rage ever. Like, it's super frustrating, and it's super condescending to people that actually do get tilted, because it's like, oh, well, gee, I wish it was that easy. You know, it's super bad. So hopefully that advice is a little bit more realistic for you. Hopefully that's something that you actually, you know, can follow and do yourself. And I appreciate you so much for requesting that video. If you felt like this video was good and you appreciated it, you should like it, because that's like the end YouTube way to do that. I would be interested to see what you think and, like, your ways that you avoid rage and tilt. Honestly, the biggest one is just take breaks, but that's probably what I'm going to see down below. You're probably just say take breaks, and that's honestly fair. But I'm interested in how you you handle those situations where you get tilted. Other than that, wait. Hold on. There's one more. Subscribe if you want to see my daily videos. Almost forgot that. Oops. I YouTube almost every day. I do YouTube every day, actually. Yep. I do this all the time. Yep. And I almost forgot something. Oops. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If I don't, I'll see you when I see you, friends. Bye-bye.